A shockwave hit Raymond, Washington. It was a small, quiet town, not anymore. Shelly Knotek was free. This was a chilling reality for everyone. The community could not believe it, Talaga. Fear, cold and sharp, spread like a sudden flood. People whispered her name. A monster, they said, walked among them once more. How could the system allow this? The old nightmare, it seemed, had returned with a vengeance. It felt like a betrayal. Who is this Shelly Knotek, you ask? Her name is a dark stain. It is synonymous with unimaginable cruelty, pure evil, some would say. Her crimes, they were not ordinary. They horrified the nation, even the world. She wasn't just a killer, she was a torturer. She preyed on the vulnerable, those who trusted her, those who lived under her roof. This was the woman now walking free. The date still burns in many minds. November 8, 2022. On that ordinary Tuesday, darkness was unleashed. It walked out from the Washington Correction Center for Women. The community felt a collective shiver. Grave, the feeling was heavy. It was a day many had dreaded. For the victims' families, it was a fresh wound. For Shelly's own daughters, it was terror reborn. The system had spoken. But did it speak for justice? She had been locked away for nearly 2 decades. 18 years to be exact. It sounds like a long time, no? But for the agony she inflicted, for the lives she destroyed, it felt like a blink. Was it truly enough punishment? Her victims, Kathy Lorino, Shane Watson, Ron Woodworth, they received a life sentence of death. Their families received a life sentence of grief. Justice for them felt utterly, cruelly betrayed by this release. Kathy Lorino. Her name echoes with such sadness. She came to the Knotek home seeking shelter, a safe place she thought. Instead she found a nightmare. Shelly Knotek subjected her to years of pain, unspeakable torture, beatings, starvation, humiliation. They say her body was burned, her ashes scattered in the vast Pacific Ocean. No grave to visit, only haunting memories of her suffering. Her spirit cries out. Then there was Shane Watson, Shelly's own nephew. He was just a teenager, 17 years old. He lived with them too. He saw too much, it seems. He started documenting the horrors inflicted on Kathy. He was brave, too brave perhaps for that house. Shelly and her husband Dave couldn't let him expose them. So he too was silenced, murdered. His body, like Kathy's, met the flames. His ashes too scattered to the winds and waves. Ronald Woodworth was a local man, a military veteran. He became another boarder in that cursed Raymond house. He too fell into Shelly's web of cruelty. He endured unimaginable abuse. They say she used bleach on his wounds, forced him to do degrading things. His end was brutal. His body was hidden for a time, stuffed in a freezer, then buried like an animal on their property, discovered only when the daughters finally spoke. Such disrespect for a life, and her own daughters, Nikki, Sammy, and Tori. They grew up in this house of horrors. They witnessed the torture. They suffered their own abuse, emotional, physical, Shelly's twisted punishments. One favorite was wallowing, forcing them to strip naked, to roll in cold, wet mud, hosed down with icy water. Imagine the shame, the fear, these scars. They run deep, deeper than anyone can truly see, their childhood stolen. The charges against Shelly were serious. First-degree murder, multiple counts. The evidence was horrifying. It seemed like a clear path to life imprisonment. But Shelly Knotek, she was cunning. She knew how to play the system. She opted for an Alford plea. A strange creature of the law, this plea. It allowed her to avoid a trial, to lessen her sentence. It was a shocking turn, Talaga. With the Alford plea, she pleaded guilty. But here's the unbelievable part. She maintained her innocence. Can you believe that? Guilty, but not admitting guilt. It felt like a slap in the face. To the victims, to their families, to the community, this legal maneuver. It was a key that unlocked her prison door sooner than anyone thought possible. Her sentence for murder and manslaughter was reduced significantly. Her original sentence was 22 years. A long time, yes, but not for what she did. The Alford plea, however, shortened it to just 18 years. It felt like a reward for her manipulation, a discount on justice. This is how she managed to walk free in 2022. Years earlier than many had braced for. The system, designed for justice, sometimes delivers outcomes that feel anything but just. This was one of those times, no doubt. And what of her husband, David Knotek? He was also convicted for his part in the murder of Shane Watson. He received a 15-year sentence. He was released even earlier, back in 2016. And listen to this. In June 2022, just months before Shelly's release, he filed a protective order against her. Imagine that. Her own husband, her partner in crime, so afraid of her that he sought legal protection. It speaks volumes, doesn't it? Her daughters, Nikki, Sammy, and Tori, they are the true heroes in this story. Their courage, it was immense. In 2003, they finally broke their silence. They reported the abuse. Their testimony led to the arrests. It brought an end to the active horrors. Years later, they collaborated with me. We wrote If You Tell, their story, a warning to the world about their mother, a testament to their unbreakable bond. When Shelly was released, fear gripped them anew. And not just them, the entire community of Raymond felt it. Evil is out and amongst us, one resident wrote. How is this possible? Another lamented. These were the sentiments: disbelief, anger, raw fear. The book aimed to keep her story known, to prevent her from harming again. But her release, it felt like a chilling challenge to that hope. She was under court-ordered supervision for at least a year post-release. That mandatory period ended in late 2023. Now, in mid-2025, over 2.5 years since she walked free, where is she? Her exact location remains unknown to the public. Reports at the time said her health was poor, but evil, as we know, can be surprisingly resilient. The community still whispers. The fear has not entirely faded, it lingers like a persistent chill. And there's another dark question mark. James McClintock, an 81-year-old man. Shelly was caring for him before her arrest. He died from a head wound. His death was deemed suspicious by many, but she was never charged in connection with it. The questions remain unanswered. Does evil ever truly rest, or does it simply bide its time? The release of Shelly Knotek means that for many, the nightmare is far from over. They live with that shadow every single day.